Hello, everyone. Especially those who are over 60 years old. I am Dr. Emily Thompson, a neurologist with over 20 years of experience in taking care of brain and cardiovascular health. Today, I would like to share some important information that may surprise you. Familiar foods, especially some fruits you eat every day, may be silently increasing your risk of stroke. Even while you are sleeping, there are no obvious symptoms, no warning. You go to bed feeling healthy, but the next morning you may wake up unable to speak, stand, or even move one side of your body. This may sound scary, but don't worry. Understanding is the first step to protecting your health. Over the years, I have witnessed cases where seemingly healthy foods have become dangerous, not from smoking, not from junk food, but from things we used to think of as healthy, like fruit. As you age, your body changes. Your kidneys, liver, blood vessels, and brain process sugar, potassium, or acid differently than when you were younger. Factors like medications, slow circulation, and nighttime dehydration increase your risk. Today, I'm going to share 6 common fruits that can do more harm than good, especially if you eat them incorrectly or in the wrong combinations. If you're interested in protecting your brain and heart health in practical, science-based ways, consider subscribing to our channel, ZN Health. You can leave a yes in the comments if this topic resonates with you. Let's start with the first fruit, a familiar friend, the banana. Bananas, a fruit that we all love since childhood. They are easy to eat, nutritious, and a familiar snack. But when you are over 60, eating bananas, especially overripe bananas, may not be as harmless as you think. Why? As bananas ripen, the starch in the fruit turns into sugar, making them sweeter. But this also increases the glycemic index of the banana, especially soft, brown spotted ones. An overripe banana can cause your blood sugar to spike. As we age, our ability to regulate blood sugar, potassium, and blood pressure declines. The kidneys become less efficient, insulin sensitivity decreases, and blood vessels become stiffer. The result? An overripe banana, eaten on an empty stomach, can cause a sudden spike in blood sugar, put pressure on blood pressure, and even affect heart rate due to its high potassium content. Listen to the story of Miss Lily, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Riverside City. She usually ate 2 ripe bananas in the morning, sometimes blended into a smoothie. She thought it was a healthy way to start the day, but one morning she woke up feeling dizzy and slurring her words. Her husband rushed her to the hospital. Doctors diagnosed her with a mild ischemic stroke. Her blood pressure was high, and her blood potassium levels were also abnormal. It turned out that the combination of sugar, potassium from the bananas, and mild dehydration in the morning had created a perfect storm. After adjusting, Miss Lily started eating greener bananas in small amounts and always drank enough water and a little protein before eating. The result, her energy was more stable and her blood pressure was better controlled. Eat bananas in small amounts, preferably not too ripe, still a little green. Combine with protein-rich foods like yogurt or a few nuts to slow down the absorption of sugar. Avoid eating bananas on an empty stomach or at night. If you are taking blood pressure medication or have kidney problems, consult your doctor. Next, let's talk about grapes, those sweet little gems, often eaten with meals, salads, or as a light dessert with the grandchildren. But for people over 60, grapes may not be as harmless as you think. Grapes, especially the seedless grapes that are widely available, are high in glucose and fructose. A handful of grapes eaten on an empty stomach can cause a rapid rise in blood sugar. In older people, insulin response slows down and blood vessels become more fragile. A sudden increase in blood sugar not only causes a short-lived energy surge, but also puts pressure on the brain and heart. Sugar causes mild inflammation in blood vessels, leading to microscopic damage and stimulating the body to create blood clots to repair it. These small clots build up over time, and one day you may wake up feeling off balance or having trouble speaking. Listen to the story of Mr. Thomas, a retired musician from southern Metropolis. He has a habit of eating a bowl of red grapes in the middle of the morning while reading a book. One day, he ate two without realizing it. One morning, while writing a birthday card for his grandchild, his hand was shaking and he couldn't remember how to write congratulations. Yeah, his daughter took him to the hospital, where doctors confirmed he had suffered a transient ischemic attack, TIA. Blood tests showed signs of mild inflammation and prediabetes that he had not known about. What you should eat? Only a small handful of grapes, combined with nuts or cheese to slow the absorption of sugar. Avoid eating grapes on an empty stomach or at night. If you have diabetes or take blood pressure medication, consult your doctor before eating grapes regularly. Pineapple, a sweet tropical flavor that many people love after dinner. But for people over 60, especially those on medication or with circulation problems, pineapple can be a big risk. Pineapple contains bromelain, a natural enzyme that helps digest protein. In small amounts, bromelain is beneficial, but in large amounts or when combined with blood thinners, it can thin the blood too much, opening the door to a brain hemorrhage, a type of stroke that is difficult to recover from. In addition, pineapple has a high glycemic index and is very acidic, which can cause acid reflux at night. This reflux reduces the amount of oxygen to the brain while you sleep, a factor directly linked to morning strokes. Mrs. Helen, a retired choir teacher from Coastal Haven, had a habit of eating a few slices of fresh pineapple after dinner. One morning, she woke up feeling dizzy and unsteady on her feet. Her daughter noticed that she was slurring her words and took her to the hospital. A CT scan showed she had a mild stroke in the back of her head, affecting her balance and memory. Blood tests showed high blood sugar, abnormal platelets, and signs of low oxygen due to reflux. Pineapple should be eaten in the morning, in small amounts. Avoid eating pineapple on an empty stomach or before bed. If you take blood thinners, ask your doctor before eating pineapple. Next, watermelon, a symbol of freshness, especially in the summer. Everyone thinks watermelon helps retain water, but for older people, it can do the opposite. Watermelon is a natural diuretic, making you urinate more. This is especially dangerous if you are taking diuretics or blood pressure medication. Eating a lot of watermelon in the evening can lead to nighttime dehydration, thickening the blood, increasing the risk of blood clots and stroke. Merritt Henry, a retired postal worker from Delta Town, often eats a few large slices of watermelon after dinner. One morning, he woke up feeling dizzy and fell when he tried to stand up. The hospital confirmed that he had suffered an ischemic stroke caused by a blood clot forming from thick blood. Do eat watermelon in the morning and in moderation. Combine with salt or coconut water to stay hydrated. Avoid eating it at night, especially if you are taking diuretics. Oranges and orange juice, symbols of vitamin C and heart health. But few people know that oranges can interact with medications, especially in the elderly. Furanocoumarin in oranges disrupts liver enzymes, causing blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood thinners to accumulate or not work properly. This can lead to excessively low blood pressure or blood clots. Mayor Tony, a retired bus driver from Portside City, had a habit of drinking orange juice for breakfast along with his heart medication. He began to feel dizzy and confused. One day, he fell while standing up and was diagnosed with a mild stroke. Tests showed that the concentration of the drug in his blood was too high because the orange interfered with metabolism. Limit orange juice, especially if you take statins. Blood pressure or blood thinners, replace with lemon or red grapefruit in small amounts. Consult your doctor if you love oranges. Mango, a sweet tropical treat. But for people over 60, mangoes can pose a risk due to their high sugar content, shikha, and mangiferin, which disrupts drug metabolism. High sugar causes inflammation of blood vessels, leading to blood clots, while mangiferin causes drugs to accumulate in the body. Nathan, a retired firefighter from Beachside Retreat, replaced cakes with dried mangoes. He began to feel dizzy and fell, with signs of a mild stroke. Tests showed that his heart medication was accumulating due to the mangoes. Eat only a few pieces of mango during the day, combined with nuts or cheese. Avoid dried mangoes and eat them before bed. Consult your doctor if you take heart or blood pressure medication. These 6 fruits, bananas, grapes, pineapples, watermelons, oranges, mangoes, are all good, but you need to eat them properly. For people over 60, the body changes require you to be more careful. Eat less, eat in the morning, combine with protein or fat, and always consult your doctor if you take medication. Protect your brain and heart with smart choices. If you found this information helpful, leave a comment with the word awareness and follow Zen Health for more. You have come a long way with resilience and wisdom. Keep protecting your health.